Hi everyone. So today we will continue from the last part that we left off. So so in the last video I think I have showed you the set experiment and how these things are working right now. And when we ran this py files, right, ML with pipeline, ML with MLflow, when we ran this line on that time we got this metadata right from our MLflow. Right now, today first of all I'll show you some of the methods. First of all, see, in this current scenario it has created this ML runs folder here in this folder, and I have not mentioned anywhere that where it has to create this folder, right? So now I will show you one way that will be able to help us to specify some folder path, that where we want to keep our this ML runs things, right? So that we can mention there. So for that I will do some edit in our current code to get it achieved. Okay, so for that let me first create a folder here called ML testing, so that we can differentiate from the previous discussion. So this is the ML testing one, and now I will just create a new file, ML with MLflow tracking tracking URI.py. Okay, and I will copy this whole code here. Okay, I'll copy this whole code here. The whole code is ready. I'll do toggle one trap. Okay, okay. If I come to this now, so today we are going to discuss about some of the logging functions in MLflow. I am in the MLflow documentation page. Okay, so here are the full list of logging functions provided by Tracking API Python. Note that Java and RAPIs provided similar but limited set of this logging functions. So first we are going to discuss about this MLflow.set tracking URI. What it does, it connects to a tracking URI. You can also set the MLflow tracking URI environment variable to have MLflow find a URI from there. In both cases, the URI can either be HTTP, HTTPS URI for a remote server and the database connection string, or a local path to log the data to a directory, right? And the URI defaults to ML runs. So if you can recall, right, it was automatically created a folder called ML runs. But right now I don't want that. I want that I will have a separate folder and you will keep all the metadata there, okay, on the specified folder. Okay, so that we are going to do in today's video. So for that, already you have seen, I need to call this MLflow.set tracking URI to achieve it. So I'll first do that and I'll just show you if it's working or not. Okay, so I think I'll be adding this code now. Let me add this code. So where we can add this code, let's add this code here. That is your MLflow.set tracking URI. Okay, and I'll copy this path, copy as relative path. I'll paste this path here. Right now inside this folder we have nothing, right? Fine, I'll do CLS. Now I will run this file, Python MLflow, then ML with MLflow tracking. Okay, I ran this code. So let this code run first, and after that, once this code will run, we should be able to see those information inside this ML testing folder. As you can see, it's running. Again, see, experiment 1 does not exist, as I have told in the last video. If that is not there, if that experiment name is not there, it will create it by itself. Okay, again things are ready, and let's see inside ML testing folder. Now can you see our metadata, whatever was storing in the ML runs folder, now it is storing inside ML testing folder. Okay, ML testing folder. Now like same, see, last time when we ran, we got this dot trash file, and we got this this experiment id as a folder name. Likewise, when we ran this experiment, and it was a very new experiment, because last time when we ran, on that time the experiment was different. Right now this experiment is different. Why? Because here already have mentioned the set tracking URI in the ML testing. That is why for now it's a completely different experiment is going on right now. It's not at all related with the past experiment that we have worked on. Correct? And that is why this is the set tracking URI. So now MLflow will always keep focus on this folder for the metadata part. Okay, if it is want to know the metadata, because when we see the same in the UI, right, then how do we see it? So for that only MLflow will refer this folder to showcase you everything in the UI part that already I have showed you in the last video. So same, this is the experiment folder. Inside that we have this run. Inside this run we have this artifact, this matrix, the param, these tags and everything, right? So this is how it works, right? Now let me do one thing. Let me start that MLflow UI also to show you how it works. So for that I need to create a new PowerShell window, and I need to activate my environment. So I activated the environment now, and now what we need to do, see, I'm going to run this MLflow UI again. Okay, but before that, let me do one thing. Let me just remove this one, remove this folder. Let me rerun things from the beginning so that code will work fine, right? So let me create again this folder called, what was the name I gave here, ML testing, to make sure we are in the right track. Okay, I have created this folder, and now I'll try to run the code. So I think I have created the folder again, and it has nothing, as you can see. And if I just rerun the code again, okay, I rerun this code again, it's running. And just to let you know guys, I have changed this name. I make it experiment 2 as of now. Okay, you can keep experiment 1, experiment whatever you want. Okay, so it ran successfully. In the ML testing we have the information, right? Now if I run this MLflow UI dash backend backend store URI, and then if I pass ML testing, see, if I just run MLflow UI, it will try to refer to this ML runs folder, because that's the behavior MLflow have. It doesn't know that I have created a separate folder called ML testing and I am doing things there, right? That is the problem in our scenario. So what we are doing here, I am doing MLflow UI backend store URI. I am telling MLflow that okay, you refer from this ML testing folder that I have. Okay, and now if I run this code, okay, and if I just go back to this one and refresh the screen, okay, ignore this error, it's loading. If I click on this one, it's showing resources not found. Let me just do it from here. Let me reload it. Yeah, it came right 1 minute ago. So 1 minute ago this was the model experiment that I have, right? So yeah, as you can see, same thing are coming, but now our code is referring to this ML testing folder, right? Now if I run a multiple experiment Python again, if I run it, let it run till then I will go back to this experiment true. Let's wait, let this code run. It's running. It might take us some time because it's logging many things and all, right? It ran successfully, and if I refresh it now, can you see again I got this information 30 seconds ago, and it is showing the folder source and everything, models and all, right? Same thing. but now we have changed our folder path. Okay, now if I come back here, there's another thing called MLflow.get tracking URI. And just to see that what is the tracking URI that we have, for that only we use this great MLflow.get tracking URI. And if I run this code again here, just for your purpose, tracking URI, if I write this like tracking URI, then if I pass MLflow.get tracking URI, okay, I'm running this code. And if I run this code, and I will try to comment other print statements because that are not required in our scenario. So I think I'm printing somewhere. Okay, I don't want to print these values as of now because that is not I'm interested in anymore. So I'll do CLS to clear my part and then run this code again. And now we should be able to see the tracking URI also by calling this get tracking URI. Okay, let's wait for some time. It ran successfully, right? And can you see tracking URI is ML testing? Can you see that? So now easily we are able to get this get tracking URI, right? Fine. Now we'll focus on few more things. So if you can recall in the last session, I have showed you directly this set experiment, but that is set experiment. But I have not showed you create experiment, right? Now if I go to the page again, and if I search MLflow create experiment, so yeah, directly it is suggesting this page only. So let it load. Yes. So as you can see, creating experiments. Okay. And if I come below, we have creating experiments. And if I search here, create, yes. As you can see, create experiment. So in the create experiment, we can pass the name of the experiment. We can pass the tags. Okay, we can pass these tags also. What are these tags? Tags are like this kind of details: the project name, store department, team, project, quarter, MLflow, the node dot content. So this kind of information also we can pass. Okay, so this kind of information also we can pass as a tag for this experiment. Okay, and these are the description that we have, right? So let's perform the same thing in our code now. And apart from this two na, this name and tags and all, right, we can pass also the artifact location. Okay, we can pass the artifact location that where we are storing these artifacts of this experiment, that also we can pass. So that also I'll show you now. So now if I make the changes in my code, so for that first of all I need to comment this one because now I am going to create a new experiment in our scenario. So for that what we need to do, we need to do expid MLflow dot create experiment. Okay, then we need to pass the name as it was showing there, name equal to, let's say, experiment exp11. Okay, then we need to pass the tags. Let's pass some dummy tag as of now. As of now, let's say like importance um one, then country India. Let's do like this way. Okay, think I'm missing anything. Yeah, so it's done. And let's now print also this information, right? Let's print also. Print like name, comma, okay. Okay, see, this is the experiment that is going to create. When I run this code, it is going to create this experiment, right? Now to extract this information, that okay, what was the name of the experiment, what was the tags of the experiment, right? So for all of it, I need to write something. Get experiment equal to exp id, not exp id, sorry, MLflow dot get experiment. I want to get the experiment from this experiment ID. So this will return one experiment ID, and through this get experiment I will try to get the metadata of this experiment. And now I am going to use this get experiment variable to showcase you the metadata. Okay, get experiment dot name. If I do now tags, get experiment dot tags, like this we should be able to see it. Even we can get the creation timestamp also. If I do creation time also, that also we can get. Okay, so this much we should be able to see in this terminal. But before that, here in the experiment ID I need to change it. I need to pass this experiment ID, right? So if I now run this experiment ID here, okay, and if I do CLS, and if I run this code again, now let this code run. Okay, can you see we got we are getting some error now. I think some exceptions we are getting. Okay, so these are the runs that I was testing. Okay, that is why I'm getting this error. I'll be removing them as of now, because these are some of the testing that I was doing. Okay, so let me rerun it again to make sure that our code is running fine. I will change the experiment name, experiment 1 2, because already it has created that experiment, right? And that is why it has created the experiment. That is why if I run this code, I'll get some error, and that is why I have changed this experiment. I have made it experiment 1 2, and if I run this code now, I should not get any error. The error I was getting because I was testing something and it was causing some issues. But yeah, now you can see we are not getting any errors. It's running properly fine. I are getting the name of the experiment, we are getting the tags and everything. We are getting the creation time also. Now if I go back to my this terminal, if I come here, if I create a new one, let this load now. As you can see, experiment 1 1, experiment 1 2, 1 minute ago, experiment 1 2, 25 seconds ago, right? We can see this experiment, and as well as we can see all the metadata here. So we have seen that how to use create experiment, how to use get experiment, so that we can log our whole experiment process. So using this metadata you can easily log your whole code. Okay, so now we will do some more thing. So for that, let me just create a new file called active runs example. I will tell you what I am going to show you now. Active runs example.py, and if I try to copy this code, because now I don't want to show you the create experiment example again, so I'll use this set experiment one only. Okay, and so it will not throw any error. It will automatically create the experiment if that is not there, because I just don't want to waste time of yours. Okay, so now today we will try to understand another function called end run. As you can see, I was using this which statement to start this start run. That means once this whole code will be over, then this code will stop, right? But what if I remove this one? I remove this which command, and if I do this, okay, that means, and if I remove this, I have started the run, and there I have not mentioned anything else. That means the run has not completed yet. The run has not ended yet. Okay. Now to end the run, we need to do just MLflow.end run. Just to end the run. Just to end the run, We need to do that. Now, apart from ending of the run, we need to also know that what was the last active run that we had. What was the last active run? So when this run will be done, this will be the last active run, right? So now if I do run equal to MLflow dot last active run, and I can print the metadata of this run also. As you can see, I'm getting already the suggestion by my AI. So if I do print, okay. So not run URI, I need run name. So I am getting, see, from this run I am getting the metadata of my run ID. I am getting the metadata of my run name also, right? Let's see if that is actually working. If I run this code now, Python MLflow, then active runs example.py. If I run this code now, the code is running now, and let's see. See, we are getting the tracking URI. Yeah, see, we are getting the run ID and we are getting the run URI. And if I come back to this code, and now if I refresh it, and if I refresh the whole screen, you can see I am coming in this exp2. I'm coming in this exp2 because I gave the name as exp2. Can you see the experiment name? Brownie Calf 721. And if I come back to my code, can you see Brownie Calf 721? Same name we are getting, and this is the last active run that we had, right? And now let's assume that if I do one thing, if I again, okay, let me just comment this line because maybe later you guys are going to refer this whole code. So I'll just comment this line after copying it. I'll just comment this line. If I do this now, I will make it again width, okay, and then if I make it this whole code inside this, I just remove this one, okay. Let's see what is going on. Like, let's see if applying this also, we should be able to get the last active run properly, right? So let's see if that is happening or not. I just want to show you the example. Okay, I'm running the code again. Again, we are getting the tracking URI. Okay, mark stock 342. If I come back to this code, if I refresh it, can you see you are getting marks.342? So that means we are easily able to get the last active run also. Now we will try to understand some more things. If I come here, can you guys see I have called log param, log metric, log model. But if you have n numbers of parameters, if you have n numbers of metrics, do you think this is a very good way to call it? How many times do you call this log param? How many times do you call this log metric? Right? So there should be some plural way to get it done, right? So that we are going to do now. So if I create a new folder, multiple params, metrics logs.py, and if I just copy the same code again, paste it here, and this comment thing is not required right now for this one, so I'll just keep it removed. Okay, now what do we need to do? See, now instead of log param, we are going to use log params. Instead of log metric, we are going to use log metrics. Okay, that's what we are going to do. And another thing we will learn, that is your data, not data, that is your ML artifacts. Okay, data means what? Let me create a folder called data. Okay, and now what I do, when I read this data set, right, I am reading this data set, so I'll keep this data set inside this folder, and I'll log one directory also, the data directory, the artifact directory. So I will use log artifacts to do the logging of this data also. That I will do now. So for that I need to do df.to_csv and I'll pass the data, then student performance.csv. So inside this folder, this data will be stored as a student performance.csv, right? Now if I come below, let me do some of the changes here. So it's saved here, right? That means our data is stored inside this data folder. Once we run this code, you will see it anyways. Okay. But now let me do some changes here. So first of all, what I need to do, see, I have used these two parameters, right? So for that I need to create one dictionary first. Params equal to, let's take it an estimate. I think it will automatically happen in estimators. Okay. Yes. It's automatically happening for my AI. So yeah. So I'm just trying to use params and I'm trying to create a dictionary. But I'm trying to keep these all values as a dictionary. Params. And same I do for metrics also. Okay. Same I do for metrics also. Metrics equal to, okay, and I don't need this many things, I just need till this much. Okay. Okay, so I got my matrix also, I got everything, right? And now instead of this, what I do, I do MLflow dot log metrics. It's a plural version of log metric. In log metric we do for only one matrix at a time, and in log metrics what we do multiple metrics at a time. Okay, so this is what is log metrics in our scenario, and I just do control C control V for the log metrics part. Same we do for MLflow dot log params. That is again the plural version of params, log param, where we are saving multiple params. Okay, or multiple parameters, whatever you say. Okay, we are saving multiple parameters. We keep this one same as it is. This log model thing will be same as it is. Okay, but as I mentioned that I will show you something new also, that is log artifacts, and inside the data folder I want to make this artifact. Okay, so I'm telling that you keep, see, inside the dog there will be one performance.csv file, but there can be many csv files are there, right? There can be many. So these log artifacts will try to capture all of it. That simple it means. So we should be able to see the matrix, params and everything, and because of this last active run we should be able to see the runtime also, right? So let's see if the code is working or not. I run this code now, python MLflow multiple params matrix logs.py. Let this code run now. It's running now. Let's wait for some time. Yes, we can see this is the odd name have been provided by MLflow. If I go back to my MLflow page, this is the one which is, I come below. If I come back to this more below, can you see the estimators? Can you see the random state? Can you see the MAE R2 values? Everything we are able to see now, right? Why you are able to see now? Because same thing we have done, nothing new we have done. Just instead of writing this ML log param log metric every time, we just use the plural version of the log metrics, that is log metrics log params, so that we can easily keep the metrics parameters, everything. We can log everything very easily. So let's see what is the data, this log artifacts. Let's see if I go to this code again, and if I go these artifacts, can you see this student performance CSV is there? So this CSV is also logged now. In the very first video of MLflow, right, we were not able to see any CSV data, right? So right now we are able to see the CSV file here inside the artifacts, correct? And why it is happening? Because inside the data folder we have the student performance.csv, and that we have logged using log artifacts. So that's all I just wanted to show you guys in this logging section of MLflow. So we'll try to continue from here, okay, in the next video. So thank you guys for watching this video.